Now paleontologists could assemble the bizarre creatures that once roamed the ancient Earth. Piece by piece, the dinosaurs emerged in exquisite detail. The word dinosaur is from the Greek, meaning terrible lizard, but the skeletons were of a different creature. Unlike lizards, dinosaurs had massive bodies and legs and stood fully erect. Clearly, they were unique. Lured by something new, the public flocked to see these giants of a bygone era.
Good for you. Tyrannosaurus rex. It was one of the last dinosaurs to appear on the face of the Earth.
Today, the Tyrrell Museum of Paleontology in Alberta, Canada, is the world's newest showcase of the dinosaur.
It suddenly appeared back here in Drumheller some 70 million years ago. In all likelihood, this dinosaur, if he were all fleshed out and were out hunting, wouldn't even pay any attention to us.
The battle for the bones is over. Now it's a battle of ideas. Being challenged are long-held beliefs about the dinosaurs. We think of them as dim-witted, sluggish, and obsolete, doomed to extinction. But were they? What were they really like? A new generation of paleontologists is re-examining the fossils. The hunt is on to understand the physiology and behavior of dinosaurs, to bring them to life.
Okay.
Even children are rediscovering them.
Change the hair. Push 7. Push 7. Change the tail. It's gonna look tail. Yeah, the tail.
At Dynamation International in Southern California, dinosaurs are resurrected from the past through the magic of electronics and engineering. A baby Triceratops is fleshed out to appear as lifelike as possible. Based on the latest scientific information, these automated robots will serve as powerful teaching tools, custom-built for museums.
Claw, inner 3 fingers with claws, the outer 2, no claws. They're all like that. And, the classic dinosaur paw, you know.
Robert Bakker of the Museum of the University of Colorado in Boulder serves as a design consultant to the company.
And even, in a sense, the great Tyrannosaurus, because she got only 2 claws, right? And they are the first 2 fingers, thumb and forefinger. Okay. The ancestors had more.
Bakker is one of the new breed of paleontologists who have challenged the orthodoxy that dinosaurs were reptiles, a proposal that has fanned a storm of debate.
Every generation of scientists has to assume that a lot of what they've been given is right, so you can do something new. And every once in a while, it's healthy to go back and say, well, maybe everything we were taught is wrong. Or maybe if we turn it upside down, it makes more sense. And that's what struck me in the 60s, that if you turned dinosaurs upside down, if instead of being cold-blooded and stupid and slow in the swamps, they were warm-blooded and smart and lively on the land, it started making a lot more sense. But there's always this challenging by orthodoxy, and I guess it's healthy, you know? It keeps you honest, keeps you fighting. As Zorba the Greek said, if you don't fight, you die, right?
Bakker and his colleagues are convinced that dinosaurs were much more active and vigorous than previously thought.
The way I've done this guy, you can see the sort of horn-rimmed glasses of bone that go around the eye from behind. And the eyeball itself arranged so that the right and left eye can see directly forward, right? Stereoscopy, binocular vision. It had depth perception.
At the heart of the debate is the question of whether they were cold-blooded, like reptiles, or warm-blooded, more like modern mammals. If they were warm-blooded, as Bakker believes, many of them would have had high metabolisms, high levels of activity.
The foreclaws look beautiful too, especially that big curved thumb claw.
Originally, they were a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
The new theory is driving Dynamation's designs in every detail. If they were warm-blooded, many may have been highly active and surprisingly aggressive. Evidence comes from an out-of-the-way place, Dinosaur Valley State Park in Texas. Exposed by the slow weathering of time, the elements, and the ceaseless flow of the Paluxy River, these footprints offer alluring clues for dinosaur hunters. Trapped in stone, they have lingered here for more than 100 million years. The citizens of the little town of Glen Rose have capitalized on the footprints. They've actually developed a small tourist industry around them. Director of the local museum, Jean Mack, recalls them from her childhood.
First time I saw him was out at Wheeler Branch. And I had an uncle who was a bootlegger, and of course he hid his whiskey out there. And he saw all these markings himself. I believe George Adams, the ones that had found them out there, and we all went out to look at them. And my stepfather said, "Oh, they're Indian markings." And of course, I wasn't but 10 years old, and I thought, if Indians didn't make those tracks, if they was going to make them, they'd been in a straight line. It certainly wouldn't go around in circles just like they was just milling around.
The strange markings would make news in 1940 when Roland T. Byrd of the American Museum of Natural History led an expedition to bring back specimens. Draining a section of the Paluxy, he found the footprints of a giant brontosaur, the first ever discovered. Over time, the changing course of the river had washed away millions of years of sediment to expose the tracks. The find was astounding. Before Byrd's discovery, scientists believed these giants languished in swamps where the buoyancy of water supported their immense weight. But the Texas footprints told a different story. They were not prisoners of swamps, but land animals capable of moving freely throughout their environment. Tracks have now been found around the world. A glimpse of a moment in the life of a dinosaur, they may also be an important clue to their physiology.
137.
From right to left, it's about 169 centimeters. Okay, it's 169 centimeters.
Okay.
The distance between the tracks can tell a scientist how fast an animal was moving. A simple mathematical formula shows that if you know the height of an animal's leg and the length of its stride, you can determine its speed. Robert Bakker.
Now, if dinosaurs were cold-blooded, they would only need a cold-blooded amount of food, which means they could cruise, they could move at an average speed that was slow, as a giant lizard does today, as slow as a giant tortoise. They could move at 1 or 2 miles per hour. That would be enough. And their average footprints would look like this. The average cold-blooded T-Rex shuffling along. That would be fast enough. But if Tyrannosaurus rex and its kin and its herbivorous prey were warm-blooded, they would have to cruise faster because a warm-blooded metabolism demands a faster average speed, looking for food, looking for water. So a warm-blooded Tyrannosaurus rex would leave footprints like this. Twice as fast. A theoretical 10,000-pound warm-blooded T-Rex would be cruising at 4 miles per hour. Faster than a pack of wolves, faster than a pack of hyenas, emphatically a warm-blooded pace. And in the herbivore Triceratops was nearly as fast. Tyrannosaurus rex moved on average hour to hour, day to day, not at a cold-blooded shuffle, but at a hot-blooded cruise. And so did its small relatives, and so did its herbivorous prey, so did Triceratops. So the overwhelming mass of evidence from hundreds of dinosaur footprints is their world was one not of the cold-blooded shuffle, but of the hot-blooded cruise.
The debate continues.